Ahmaad.
And we're the Hoods. I did it early.
Wow,
that's the first time ever that I have messed it up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Really.
okay, season 2 finale. That's how we're acting. Welcome to Hood Tales, where we take you through the ups, downs, and merry-go-rounds of millennial marriage. Good job, Miles. We should start doing that together every time. That was cute. That was ready to episode 20 to do that together.
No, but I do that too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I know I do it every episode.
I don't do it every episode, but majority, yeah, I do.
Well, as I have already mentioned, this is episode 20, season 2, episode 10, the finale of season 2. And today we're going to talk about what it means to have a support system in marriage, how to have a support system in marriage. Is it valuable?
Is it?
What a support system looks like or can look like.
What it look like?
Hello? They always say it takes a village to raise a child, and I'm starting to learn that it can also mean the same thing for your marriage. I was gonna say it also takes that to grow your marriage, but I don't necessarily think it takes it to grow it, but it is also.
No, I think so.
You think it does? That the village is necessary to make your marriage grow?
If it takes a village to raise a child, that child is growing while being raised.
What does that got to do with the marriage though? I was just saying the analogy that they say such, but then you talking about village and child growing up. So what, you think that it also takes a village to make a marriage grow?
Is that not the analogy that you were using?
I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, first of all, okay, Deshaun, no, I forgot to say that to him.
I did too. That's
oh man, he gonna crack up when he watch this. They probably gonna text me be like, "What you talking about?"
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever, Boz. You right. I'm learning, is what I was trying to say, that it can be important. I never really valued it as important. Having an external village or support system in marriage, until really recently.
I feel it.
I've realized the value in it.
Mm-hmm.
But that also could be just because I don't like people like that.
That's very true.
I'm not a people person for real. Like I like y'all. But like I'm not a big people person like that. But with that, the right village can make or break your marriage. Because some people are miserable.
That's true.
And quiet as it's kept, a lot of married people are miserable.
Yes.
And misery loves company.
Yes.
So the right village can truly make or break your marriage. Because you could go to somebody in your village about something stupid your husband did, and they made it 10 times worse by telling you, what to do, and it's, bad advice. And now y'all fighting for another 3 weeks for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And when you do that, it's most people are triggered. So now you're giving them something that is hooked to a memory that they can recall. Now give you example, and now you more upset than when you came.
Yeah, possibly.
Cause they done dumped on you. And
unintentionally.
Yeah,
but I mean,
sure.
I feel like there's a double-edged sword to that.
It is, for sure.
But yeah, I definitely see like where you're coming from with that. So for some resources or ideas of where you can find an external support system for your marriage, I think the biggest one for me personally in like growing our support system has definitely been our marriage group at church.
For sure.
Which Ahmaad and I lead.
Yes.
And it's been that is the wildest the wildest thing that I have ever done in my entire life.
Wow.
The wildest thing I've ever done in my entire life. I still like when we have the Zooms, I just be like,
it's crazy.
Why are we doing this? I be like, why are we doing this?
Wow.
Yeah, but the discussions on there, people's openness and like willingness to share and participate, and because nobody ever knows what we're gonna talk about beforehand.
Never.
And I fully enjoy the fact that people are just willing to like, and are trusting of us.
Yes.
To share, you know, experiences, things they've been through, wisdom, even problems, and just be like delving it out with no issue and willing to share in that space, which is very important. Like, I mean, and a ton of laughs, a ton of fun, but I am learning that like that support system is good. Yeah, it's good to have,
and it matters, honestly.
Yeah, and I never thought it did. I really never thought it did, and it could just be because like
you're not a people person.
I'm not a people person, but also, like I said, misery loves company. And another great example of or space to get one to form a marriage community from is double dating, which, like I said, I'm not a big people person. I hate double dating. It drives me literally insane. I don't like it.
She don't like it.
At all.
At all.
At all. I don't like it at all. And we've only had one bad double dating experience. And I didn't want to go because I didn't like them already. But I was being nice because there was acquaintances. But we've had good double dating experiences since then. For sure. But I just, you know, the same positive with like people feeling great to like, you know, share what they're going through with you is also people feel like they can share what they're going through with you. And because I am me, you know, I can only handle so much of like a woman, specifically a woman telling me that her man is trash. Like my threshold for a no good man is very low. It's very low. Very low. And my willingness and tendency to quiet my tongue and not tell you that your man is no good is very low as well. Cause girl, if you don't leave that no good man, please. There are other dicks in the sea. Okay. There are other dicks in the sea. Leave him. And I'm like that no matter whether they single, married, or dating. I'm so quick to tell my friends to leave that man. It don't make no sense. My married self be like, and get another one. Because everybody's replaceable. I mean, I'm not trying to replace you, but you get my point. Everybody is replaceable. I'm not trying to replace you. Don't act like that. Sir. But still double dating. And we've double dated with people that are around our age. Because I had a lot of fun with, I don't want to say their names on here, but I had a lot of fun with them. And also you can find people to double date with at a lot of different spaces. Like our first one after being married was actually with our wedding photographer and her husband. Yes. So like there are ways to, you know, find people, social media groups. There are a ton of relationship supportive groups for specific spouses or just as a whole, or even just like spaces where people just be sharing their business or like tips. Melissa's Book Club Booze, Mrs. Kev on Stage, is by far one of my favorite Facebook groups. And I'm not even on Facebook like that, but I scroll that group like once a week and just be cracking up and searching the wisdom. Like they do a Tease Him Tuesday challenge, which is literally like a Tease Him Tuesday. Like giving tips on how to tease your man. Something that's just the day they posted, yes. But still, Anatomy of Marriage, they have a women's group and a men's group, yes, as well, just for people to be able to, you know, drop stuff in there in a safe space. Yes, it's still the internet, but because that safe space has been cultivated, that people just be sharing their business in there. Or you can search, or you can also post anonymously, like send it to one of the moderators and they'll post it for you. Like there are ways to find community without, you know, somebody that you may not want knowing your business. Also bloggers. There are a lot of relationship bloggers. Black Love as a whole, the what's some people's name? Cody and Tommy? Is that his name? Her name's Cody. I think his name is Oliver.
I want to say
Is that last name Oliver?
I think so.
I don't know. The people that did the Black Love doc.
It's a great. It's a great series.
Yeah, but they're that page as well, like the series as a whole, but even their Instagram page, like they have created communities in online spaces for resources for people to talk. Like, you know, there are ways to find it in this entire social media space.
Yeah.
Podcasts like us.
Yes.
I feel like, you know, because we're all on the internet in some way, shape, or fashion, like you feel like you get to know people.
For sure.
You know?
Totally.
So like, you know, the way people be in my inbox be triggering and also exciting all at the same time with the information that they delve out to me, like especially on the last episode with the orgasms. I was having a lot of conversations with people that I would have never talked to about this ever before. You know what I mean? And it was nice to see one, that people trusted me, and that we were giving, you know, quality stuff out. Like, it was good to see. Because that's also community.
Yes.
Even just them reaching out to me and us having a simple conversation is community. Mm-hmm. Which is also the whole point of being online and building this space, is to build community.
Yeah.
As well as marriage seminars, marriage DVDs, classes, you know, all of that. I don't know how many of them are happening in person as much anymore, but I'm sure a lot of them are happening virtually, and also have, like, you know, groups as well. You know, book clubs, you know, marriage book clubs, like all of that. There are ways to find community and support system in marriage, and of course relatives and other people you may know. Like, I feel like if I was to call Mom and Dad Watson, like, you know, like they are a support system. Like, I don't necessarily have to call them, like I don't have anything to call them for, but I know that if I did, they're going to give sound quality advice. Yes. Like, they're going to give sound quality advice, point blank, period. Like, what you need, son? Exactly. And I just, you know, it's hard, but I never truly even thought it was valuable.
I get that.
I didn't think it was valuable because people be miserable. Like,
I mean, but that's also something, you know, that you had to learn.
That's true. What has been your favorite part about forming our marriage community?
That there's someone at every stage.
Ah, I like that.
So, like, you know, even they don't even have to be old. Like, they could be our age going through, you know, difficulties in marriage. Or not even difficulties, just little small hang-ups in marriage. Or, you know, how they got past it. And even those who are older that's been married, you know, 20, 30 years, you know, they have so much to give, advice-wise, especially when it's healthy, that can really help your marriage to continue to be that locomotive that it is, or your relationship. Yeah, I enjoyed that there's somebody at every stage.
I like that a lot.
How about you?
I think for me, it's the forcing me to get out of my comfort zone, because I don't like people like that. Like, I feel like I'm too old to be trying to make new friends. Like, I'm not against it, you know what I mean? Like, I am totally, like, welcoming. Like, when we went out with, I'm about to say it now, when we went out with the Overtons, I thoroughly enjoyed, like, you know, hanging out with them. And of course, like, I knew who Shay was, you know, like, we, you know, kikied, like, you know, in school and stuff, but it was nice to, one, like, kind of, like, re-meet her, I guess, like, as an adult. Totally. And a wife and a mother. Like, you're not, of course, like, we're not, you know, in high school any longer, so, like, we're not the same people, but it was nice to kind of, like, re-meet her again. And of course, like, we know where we are in life, and, you know, similarities and, like, all that stuff. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it, other than just, like, you know, a kiki on Instagram, and, you know, which we do all the time. Yes, but it was nice to, and even Alan, like, you know, I didn't know him at all, really. But it was nice to see them and, like, you know, get to know people outside of that. But yeah, I guess that's it. It forced me to get out of my comfort zone and to, like, be nice to people. And not because I'm not. I mean, I'm naturally mean, but like, I don't go out with anybody that I don't like anyway. So like, it's not happening unless I already feel a level of like, your marriage is cool. Y'all are cool. I ain't never heard nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all it takes is a whiff, and I feel like no, because there's a certain level of protection that I have around, a very high level of protection that I have around our marriage, and that includes keeping people with funky marriages away.
I feel that.
Like, it includes keeping people with funky marriages away.
That makes sense.
Like, I cannot. Like, because misery loves company, and it's very easy to let people, like, people's drama and mess seep in, and I don't have time.
Now you're arguing.
Over somebody else's drama. Like, I cannot. I
get it.
I cannot. What has having a support system taught you?
What has having a support system taught me? Having a support system taught me that my marriage can last. Especially like from my upbringing. I come from a family of broken marriages, and divorce and infidelity, all of that. But well before I signed on to be married, I wanted to have a healthy marriage. I wanted to have a long-lasting marriage, and so having community with people that's been married 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, hell, 5 years.
Yeah.
We ain't made it to 5, you know, so like.
Ain't made it to 3 yet.
Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So like, that gives me hope, you know, and that my marriage can last and can be fruitful. And all of these good things instead of all of the bad things that you hear about in people's marriages that truly don't promote the good things about marriage. Yeah, it's work, but there's also great things that come along with being married to a great partner.
I like that a lot.
How about you, baby?
I think that remember that was the question was, sorry. I think that having a support system in marriage has taught me one, that my marriage can last, but that it evolves at every waking turn. And with that evolution always comes a new problem. And at any point, let me rephrase that. Let me stop, because I was about to say something else. But with that, every day is still a choice.
Yes.
Which is something I, of course, know, even at this point. But the choice to do such 20 years down the line, I feel like is even harder than the one at year 3.
Facts.
And to see people still like enjoy life and like still have petty arguments, and still crack jokes and still get on each other's nerves and still piss each other off and still be arguing, like, and also still make up and love one another and take trips and have kids and become grandparents and do like, I mean, I don't want to do none of that stuff, but just like them last two, hell to the no. But yet still, like, it can happen, and it's you can very well have a community of married couples support you all the way through.
Yeah.
Because a couple that goes to my uncle's church had a 25th vow renewal. And they did a big thing locally, and then also went on a trip. But like, they had like 17 to 20 married couples be a part of their ceremony that have been with them throughout this 25 years. Whether it's they've been there since day one, whether they've been there for 10 years, 5 months, a year, 5 years, they've been there.
Yeah.
And that to me was beautiful to see.
That's a beautiful testament to your marriage. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
A beautiful testament to have that many people, to have that many couples in your community, but also a beautiful testament to the ones that were invited to be a part. And that to me was just like, yes, like, yes. I love that. Yeah, I think that's the one that's really serving me the most. Do you have anything else to add? No. Do you have a hood highlight, or have you already said it? Rub hands like Birdman.
My hood highlight. You can make it. That's my hood highlight. You can make it. Marriage doesn't have to be hard. I know marriage is definitely work. I don't want that to, be mistaken. But marriage doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be every day you up working to your knuckles
what does that
to
mean?
make this work. Don't worry about what it means.
I'm like, what does working to your knuckles mean?
Don't worry about what it means.
That's a country phrase?
Your mama.
That ain't country.
But it doesn't have to be hard. Marriage will have its hardships, but it doesn't have to be hard all the time. You can have a loving, lasting marriage. So that is my hood highlight. You can make it. Do you have a hood highlight?
Child, I almost just started singing, I'll make it, yes I will. That's my cut.
What's the cut?
That is one of my top 5 favorites.
You have a hood highlight.
My hood highlight for today and for this episode, and really just to even conclude this whole season, would be that the daily choice to be married can be hard, can be tough, but it's a lot easier when people are rooting for you. And just like in life, like when people are rooting for you, it's a lot. You feel like you get a second wind underneath yourself.
That's good.
And know that we are rooting for you.
Yes.
And I believe that if you are watching this podcast, you are also rooting for us. So yeah, there are people wanting to see your marriage succeed, wanting to see that, in your lineage down the line, that your grandkids can say that y'all were married for 40 years. Or that y'all were married till death did you part. Yeah. And not just married just to be married, but happy and loving, and that your kids and grandkids can say, no, I want a marriage like my mama had, like my parents did, like my grandparents did, like my aunt and uncle did, like my brother and sister did. Like I think people are rooting for you. Yeah. And they don't have to be married to be rooting for you.
That's good.
Thank you.
It's real good.
Thank you. Well,
all hearts and minds clear?
This is the finale of season 2, y'all. We will be on a 10-week break.
10 of them.
And we will be back tentatively in, 10 weeks, July? I believe so. I believe 10 weeks is July. We'll be back tentatively in July with season 3. I plan to have some guests on the podcast for the first time in season 3. Playing some very big things for season 3.
For season 3.
Thank you all so much from the literal bottom of my heart for every share, every watch, every play, every listen, every comment, every topic suggestion, every anonymous question, every follow, every like, every bit of support. Yes. That you all have given us over these last 20 episodes. I thank you. and your support is encouraging. Your support is knowing that I don't want to say impartation because that's churchy, but the impartation that I feel to do this is not in vain and it's not made up. Churchy. But yeah, thank y'all so much.
Thank you so much.
If you haven't been caught up, baby, you got 10 weeks to catch up. Okay. In the meantime, you can catch me on Instagram at _Raven Camille, as well as on TikTok over there, because we be having fun over there. We post a lot of funny relationship TikToks. A lot. We funny. Well, y'all know that. Y'all know we're funny. Where can they find you, babe?
You can find me on Instagram at _The Gentleman's Groomer. Same on TikTok.
You can also shop the Gentleman Grooming beard and hair care products.
Yes, you can also shop the Gentleman Grooming beard and hair care products at gentlemangroomingstudio.com.
Yes, as well as at Shop Gentleman Grooming on Instagram. Well,
may the Lord watch
between me and thee
while we're absent,
one from another.
in Jesus' name.
Amen. Bye.
See you.